I hope you become part of the cute crew. It's free to subscribe. This is motivational, inspirational type content most of the time. I'll let you decide. I hope you subscribe. So, we're just going to go ahead and talk about some ClubShayShay and Monique interview on this podcast today. Why not? Monique has been part of my childhood when she was the actor on the Parkers. And I just definitely wanted to talk about that Netflix situation off of ClubShayShay's podcast. So let's go ahead and get right into it right quick.
What gave you the courage? Your Netflix. They offered you one thing. You found out they had gave someone 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
That, no, 20 times
Come
that.
on, 26.
26 times that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, no. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to do fair. That's what we do.
Yes.
I mean, you speak about diversity and you talk about doing the right thing. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to put that, instead of being lip service, okay, put pen to paper, let's make it right.
I didn't know any other way. See, when I heard Wanda Sykes say, I support you, I just went somewhere else. I don't know how to do that.
Right.
Especially when it's wrong. If we keep just going somewhere else, we'll keep getting mistreated.
Right.
But when you hear Amy Schumer, and this was not something I found out, they publicly said it. It was pride.
Right.
We paid Amy Schumer $11 million. She came back and said, I'm not a legend or icon, but I should get at least $2 more million, and they gave her $13 million. Well, when Netflix says to me, you are a legend. You are an icon. When Robbie Pearl says that, well, why is my legend and icon different?
Right.
Then these people, legend and icon. That's all. And when I say we were able to come to the table and we were able to make it make sense, and we were able to do the special, and we appreciated them saying, listen, how can we work this out?
Well, that's what's up. I didn't even know that they worked things out, but it did die down. So obviously something was done. That's amazing. But I remember, like, I always was behind Monique. I got annoyed how people were just brushing a lot of the things that she was saying off. Like when she spoke about, not getting her fair share with the Parkers, not getting her fair share when it came to Precious, I was behind her. But when she spoke on the Netflix special, I was just like, this is not the good approach. Like, why did you say for everyone to boycott Netflix? I'm like, nobody's going to do that. Like, even though I wasn't paying for Netflix, I don't even watch Netflix still to this day. Like, it's just not my thing. And then when I did, I wasn't the one paying for it in the household. So, and that person wasn't going to do it either. But I was just like, I couldn't be behind her on her approach. But if she was being treated unfairly, I was definitely for that. It was just the boycott, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna roll over well. But just like she said, she didn't know what else to do. And like when you think about it, what else is there to do? I just felt like I'm happy that it was able to be settled behind the scenes, because that's what she tried to do, I was assuming, before she went to the internet to expose the whole situation. But yeah, I was like, that's when I was like, yeah, she's doing too much. When it started to fall for me. But I don't know for anyone else.
What happens with that?
What happened?
People were having call-ins when I said, this is not right. I was donkey of the day. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I was donkey of the day. The breakfast nubs called me the donkey of the day. That's what they said. And they had a whole call-in about how I was donkey of the day. But you didn't do the same thing when you found out we settled. Now all of a sudden, don't nobody know what a settlement is. I mean, well, we don't even really, it was really, really quick. We just want to throw it away. So with that Netflix special, it was just like, no, guys, I gotta stand up. Because if not, that little girl coming behind me for real,
right,
that has that resume, I want to let her know you can fight, baby.
Right.
You just don't have to say okay. You can stand.
Would you be willing to do another Netflix special?
Yeah, I had a great time. I had a
As you know, when she said settle, that means there was something right within her stance of why she was like, no, I'm being mistreated and I'm just not going to stand for it. You know, all this stuff that's been going out with Cat Williams on the interview, you know, exposing everything about, you know, the back behind the scenes in the comedic realm, and then what you all have heard about the not being treated right, you know, financially when it comes to acting and just entertainment as a whole has all the divisions of unfairness. It's just been out of pocket and out of hand. It was surprising to me, especially when Cat Williams came out and spoke his truth, was how much it was similar to how the 9 to 5 treats you on these jobs. The subtle, like favoritism, the subtle, um, racist undertones, and you always don't want to have to pull the black card, and it's just like you just have to put up with certain things, and that's part of the problem. I figured that it low key didn't surprise me, but did surprise me at the same time that they were still going through these things, and we still have to struggle through these same things that we have been for years over and over and over again. Now, bear me just a second, because we ain't trying to have this light dim down. I didn't expect it to do that. And I've had my ring light on my other videos, and it still came out dark. So, and I don't know what else to do about it. So, anywho, back to what I was saying. Like, and this is not to the previous job I've had, or not particularly, and not to the current job that I have now. It's like jobs that I've had in the past, especially in my hometown, because I was raised in a very racist city. There was definitely those undertones there. And us black folks, we always got to watch out for that. We always have to watch out for these type of things. We always have to do what we have to value and sit up here and watch those subtle things all the time. But like it was kind of like eye opening because you've seen all of our um, black known actors and comedians. We thought that they were doing way better, you know, financial wise than what they were giving off. And to hear that they were not saying their truth for so long and not getting things done, it's like, why wasn't that at least settled or spoken on behind the scenes before you had to expose it on social media? I understand, like, you have contracts and you can't do certain things on social media because then that's your bag. But, like, this should have been said a long time ago. The unfairness and the mistreatment should have been taken care of before a contract was signed. It's just wild that it's just so toxic and so bad in the entertainment, and it's just out of hand.
great time. Now, for me, specials are specials.
Right.
It's something special.
Right.
So, you know, we'll see.
Right. You know, I wanted to ask people that I hear our community call, you know, the community call me aunt.
Yes.
And they call you auntie.
Yes.
Do you wear that with a badge of courage like I do?
I wear it. That was such an honor for you babies to put auntie on my name. Do y'all know how that made me feel? Mm-hmm. And I'm not the auntie that's going to tell you the shit that you want to hear. I'm the auntie that's going to tell you what you need to hear. So for the things that I have said about our community and our babies and our sisters, I cannot back down because y'all gave me the title. I didn't ask for it. But when they gave it to me, Shannon, that was the universe saying, you now sit in that seat.
Yep.
You are now responsible.
Yes.
That's why I must speak out and I must speak loudly and I must say it to the top of my lungs because God damn it.
That she feels that way about auntie, because some of my aunties do not want to be called auntie still to this day. They 60s and 70s and such. They feel like it's a name that is old, but I see what she mean by being called auntie. I see her visual about that. Me on the other hand, don't call me auntie. I'm definitely old enough to be one, or to be somebody else's for the role. No, thank you. I first, like, when my aunt said that to me, I was like, why? Why don't you want to be called that? Like, what? And I think it's mostly because I'm not a real auntie in real life. Like, my siblings and I, you know, give me with no nephews or nieces. So it just feels, I totally understand. That is a badge of honor to be like. And a lot of times when it comes to this generation, they do not know how to respect their elders these days. Like they completely brush elders off because Monique has been saying the same thing for a long time. She's one of the first people that had put the fire underneath, the industry and how the things were going. And nobody backed her up. And black folks were the main ones sitting up here, throwing her, to the back burner. Like, no, like you, girl, sit down, whoop de whoop. And it's just so disheartening that we keep doing this. And then our movements already derail all the time. But even our own stances do.
Do it for me.
Right.
God damn if Eartha Kitt didn't do it for me. God damn if Moms Mabel didn't do it for me. The ones that came before us, and there's a woman still alive named Sylvia Traymore Morrison. That woman got paid in a Coca-Cola. That woman got paid in a Coca-Cola at her next gig and $5. She was the first black woman to write for Saturday Night Live, but they have her listed as a production assistant. And she's still alive. That's why I speak the way I speak, because I will not let them wash her out of history as if she never existed.
Definitely listen to that interview. It's really good. I didn't watch all of it because it's mostly a re-encapment of mostly everything I already know about Monique and her mistreatment when it came to the certain projects that she was on as an actor. Um, I wanted to speak on it because I definitely have seen these type of things happen throughout the community and just sit back and just observed all the things, especially that's happened to Monique, and it just gets on my nerves that we can't do better.
The dismissing of the issue at hand.
And especially how all of my elders have set us up to be so much more successful, so much better, and made it easier for us, and then we're not doing any disheartening with how it is now. Like our young folks really need to be taught better about what they should protect from what our legacy has left. But I digress. I was able to get across everything that I wanted to say. I feel like there's so much more. It's Black History Month, so I definitely felt the urge to speak on this situation. Remember, you guys, you're beautifully, wonderfully made. Only you can make that change. I see you guys on the next video. Deuces!